right, Bede from the 800 ADs. Ergo, therefore then, in the Virtus, in the top of this, Sanctus Albanus, Saint Alban, he was asking for water, aquam, to be given to himself from God or by God. And immediately, statum qui, in a course that was shut off or blocked, the included bit means it's got edges for its course, before the feet of him, before his feet, a fons, a spring, perennial, ever-flowing, all year round, exodus, arose. So he asked for water, and straight away before his feet, a spring appeared, so that everyone would recognize that even a torrent of water would bear this obsequium to the martyr. So he's a saint and a martyr. Nequi enim fieri poderat. For neither would this have been able to happen, that in the arduous or difficult or high Cacamine peak of the mountain, this martyr, and with accusative water, which in the fluvio, which is a type of river or torrent type thing, would not have been left, and here's the verb pederat. So in other words, it's saying wouldn't have been able to have happened that on the peak of this mountain, a martyr would have sought water, which you wouldn't be able to find flowing there at the top of a mountain, if he had not seen that this to be opportune or beneficial or some sort of display. Okay, so it's a miracle, qui, which fluvius, so the qui would be the river. The river, vidilis, it's just a joiner really, because they didn't use full stops, so you could just say, obviously this is so that the river, with Albanus having per soluta, having finished his ministerium, his miracle, with his devotion complete, he'd finished that, and leaving a testimony of his office, of his duty or his religious role. Now we go back to the river here for this last bit. This is all little clauses in the middle. So this river reversed back to its natural cause. So he'd asked for water from God. God had changed it and made it spring up, give him some water, and when all this was finished, it reversed again to its natural course. Itaque, and so the martyr, most brave, fortissimus, having been decollared, his collar or his neck was cut off, ibidem in the same place, he received his crown of life, which God had promised, or solemnly promised, with a re in front of promised, to those diligenting him, to those people who loved him. But he, who, this pious neck, it's in plural but you only have one neck, he who had entooleth his impious hands to this pious neck, over the dead he was not permitted to gaudere, to be rejoicing over this, for his eyes into the ground with the head of the blessed martyr desiderate. Okay, so he cut off this guy's head, but his eyes fell out when he did it. De collatus est ibi etiam tum miles illi. So beheaded there, even or also then, was a soldier. This guy, who a bit before Antea, he had been corruptus, he had been grabbed by the nod of the gods above. And he had refused to strike the confessor sanctum of God, the holy confessor of God, concerning whom, nimiram, obviously or something, it's agreed, constat, because, let's see, although he had not been washed in the spring of baptism, nevertheless, the blood of his, he was mandatus, he was made clean by the lavacre, by the washing of blood. I guess when he got beheaded, his blood came out, and that was his baptism. And factus, and this was done, and it was done, and this was in his ingress into, so he was worthy, dignus, of ingression into the heavenly kingdom, or entering the heavenly kingdom. Tum iudex, then a judge, or the judge, Perculsus, he was struck by such novelty, or newness, or wonderment of the celestial miracles, he gave instructions for them to cease soon from persecution. He was in keeping. He was beginning to refer honour of these slaughtered holy people, through which he was opinabating. He was thinking at first that they would be ceasing from their devotion, Fide Christina, of their Christian faith. So he'd killed a bunch of these saints, and he thought at first, okay, there's a bit of honour to these people, and the first thing he was thinking, then they're going to cease. Passicest autem would be something like moreover or now, Beatus Albanus, the blessed Albanus, Passicest, he suffered on the 10th day before the calends of July. So that's 10 days before July starts. Juxta, we'll just take that as in the city of Verolamium, or near it, if you want to take Juxta very seriously, which now, by the race of the English, the Anglorum, is appellator, called either Verlachmiskestir or Veklingerskestir, whatever, they all look the same. Where afterwards, with the serenity returning of these times of Christian times, so afterwards when things are settled down, there was an ecclesia, there was a church extracted or built, constructed, condigna, worthy of this miraculous works and of his martyrdom. In quo videlicet loco. So in which place, videlicet again, another chuck-in word, so truly or verily you might want to say, as far as this day, the curing of the infirm happens in this place. And in the operations of very frequent virtues have not desisted to be celebrated. So there's miracles at this place. Passosunt, there suffered in this time Aaron and Julius, citizens of the city of Legion, aliqui, others and of both sexes per pluris. So very many others and of both sexes in different locations, diverse places, who have been tortured or suffered from diverse torturings or crucifixions, that's tortures, and unheard of tearing apart of their limbs, have been lacerated or butchered. Their souls have been sent to the eternal city, I guess, above in the sky, having perfected their agon, which is something to do with sports usually, but it's they've received their joy having finished their battle or whatever on earth. 1.8 but ubi when this turbo confusion of persecution had quieted, the loyal Christians progressed into public, I guess that's a B, maybe it's an alternate spelling, who in these time of discriminant, time of danger, they had hidden themselves away in the forests and deserts, and they had hidden themselves in spelunkas, which are caves. Looks like they've come out into the public, and now they've renovated their churches, which had been destroyed as far as the ground at Sola Musqui. They founded or made basilicas of the sacred martyrs. They constructed them, they completed them, and as if it was a sign of victory, passim everywhere, they proparlated, they made wide all these things. They celebrated festive days with a clean heart and face or mouth. They completed all these sacred things. Okay, might as well make again the daily dictionary. Contest, struggle. It's also used for public games, but since you're being killed in it, I'd take it more as a holy struggle or contest. Okay, where were we? Mansit, there remained in these churches of Christ, which were in Britain, a peace. So peace remained as far as the time of the Arian madness. I think that's when they thought the Father and the Son were the same or something, which, having corrupted the whole world, grabbed the whole world, even this island, which is remote outside of the world, so far, Tam Longo. It was infected with this venom, which is usually poison of error. Okay. Et hac, and this, quasi, as if it was an open way of pestilence, trans the ocean, went across the ocean with no delay to this island, I'm guessing, and all this lose, which is also a bit like a pestilence or a scourge of heresies of this place, to the island, which was rejoicing always to hear something of news. So they want to do something new, and so and nothing certain that they firmly, which they had obtained, did they keep, I guess, and this pestilence infunded. So they wanted their new things, and that's how they got corrupted by this Arian heresy. His temporibus. In these times, Constantius, who with Diocletian living had ruled Gaul and Hispania, a man of summa mildness, mansuetudinous and civility, he obited. He died from death in Britain. Hic. He, Constantine, his son, in the accusative, from his concubine Helen, created... Okay, so Constantius died in Britain, and he left his son Constantine by Helen as the emperor of Gaul, the famous Constantine the Great. Eutropius, however, or moreover, he writes that Constantius was created emperor in Britain. He succeeded his father, the dative, in the kingdom. Cuius temporibus. So in the times, Cuius, of Constantine, the Arian heresy arose, and in the Synod Nicene Council, it was detected, it was uncovered and condemned, damnata. Nonetheless, this exitable virus, this destructive virus of perfidy, as we have said, not only all of the world, orbis totius, but even asperse it, sprinkle it over into the churches of the island.